I have a serious problem, and the problem is I have a really hard time turning down a new in the box engine, especially if it's one I've never had before, and especially if it's one that isn't made anymore. And that's what I've got to show you today. I've never been a huge Fox fan, but about, I don't know, 6-8 months ago, a fellow gave me a Fox 35BBRC engine, and I was pretty skeptical about it. I think I did a box to the bench run on it, and the thing ran great. I was very impressed with that engine. So, not like I've gone out looking for Fox engines, but when you happen to go to somebody's house that's got a ton of engines that he just purchased from an estate sale, yeah, this was one of the ones that was in there. And this is actually a Fox 36BBRC Deluxe. And the Deluxe means it comes with an aluminum spinner. Now this is a new in-box engine, never run before. So, this is how it comes. First thing we've got here is a nice Fox from the day pamphlet showing all the model engines that they made back then. I couldn't find a date on this. I think this engine dates back to maybe the late 80s. I'm not entirely sure. Here's our main instruction sheet. Fox Series 6, Fox 36 and 40 motors, it says. Message from Duke Fox on there. And it actually mentions the 36RC and the 40RC, and I think the 40RC came out around 1988. So, interesting. So we got some good stuff here. Let's check this engine out. Now this dates back to the time when Fox and K&B, I think, and several other engine manufacturers were actually running their engines before they packaged them up and sold them. So here's our typical, what is that? That's a tilt down muffler. And then here is our engine. And the reason the box is big like this and so heavily padded, what's this? Screws for the exhaust, is because they actually send this with the carb in place. And the reason they do that is because they run these engines, or at least back in that day, back in those days I should say, they actually ran these engines before, so they left the carb on and the needle valves were basically preliminarily set. And the idea was that so new modelers could just go to the store, buy an engine, know it had been run at least once, and that it was preliminarily tuned, so they could just throw it on their airplane and start flying. That was the theory then. Now this engine is quite stiff. In fact, the throttle barrel doesn't even move at all. And that's because of the fact that it was run at the factory and then just sat forever. So this is, it's not like it's been run since the factory, it's new. I believe that this is an iron piston and steel sleeve, because I do not see a ball bearing or a ring on that. I don't think that they were making, Fox was making ABC engines then, because if they were, they would probably state that. So this is probably a ferrous iron piston engine and steel sleeve, which means it's going to take considerable time to get fully broken in. But that is a quick look at a Fox 36BB RC engine.